we hear a dunk, dunk. Now, as these objects may seem random, all of them are based on some simple predecessors to his experiments, including the culture, the Chinese vases, the African mask, and of course the science equipment. Now, don't get his band's rendition of swing as absent-mindedness when really they're playing with a sense of urgency as they're maintaining breath control until they get to the sudden climax. And now we get back to him just on the djembe. So he starts with a single clap, and now he's starting to feel it out a little bit until it goes into a sped up double time where he's doing a 4/4 beat. This leads to a still childhood home where he currently has been residing ever since his grandma died in the 70s. This was his great-grandfather's fertile grounds, and he cultivated it and even left a sculpture there made out of the old tools that reminds him of self-reliance, and he just admires everything in the garden, breathing in the air, the subtleties of the senses. The most common sense that you have is your feeling, but he really meant to say taste buds. Plants use photosynthesis, and that makes them cosmic beings, and you taste them, but to him, that's cosmic energy. And now he goes into a story about how there's some things they couldn't teach the foreigners in Harlem, so he went to the real boss, he says, the mantis.
Their own set, then I'm going to say, well, what's the origin of what they do? So I said, well, it all goes back to this here. It goes back to hanging out with nature.
The distance between 1 and 2 is the same as 2 and 3.
All right, so we can count 1, 3, 4.
And his timing is
It
off.
can be very dangerous because that's not how the traditional pulse beat operates.
Chaos.
1, 2, 3.
He would actually respond.
He's trying to tell you,
the same way.
you need heart.
Swing music never varies.
Supposed to want to live for the next day. Measuring his heart in this EKG machine attached to an electric stethoscope. They'll let you to engineer
2, 3, 4.
generators. Set its heart rate by 40.
2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So when these leaves are excited, their nervous system, they oscillate quite like a drum. And we're trying to understand those relevant vibrations and to get the nerve pathways, because the world is changing and your eardrum's nothing but a musical apparatus that can sense that. The martial arts for him are about being nimble, or yara, and his West African culture, improving his moves to be broke. There's negative aspects, but he wants to survive, and some people like to bowl and play tennis,
Open yourself
but he
up,
likes...
open yourself, it comes to you. That's been my experience. Issues were here in the audience, and that I had to, or being critiqued by, media or anything.
In a rough neighborhood where a lot of cops didn't respond early in '69, shouting, and they got your son, they're gonna kill him. And he sure as hell goes outside, and a lady's holding him by his shirt, and another kid is trying to cut him with a bottle, and he runs down there, and they see his gun, and they scatter, but he's in a rage, and he goes and grabs his German Shepherd, and the German Shepherd pulls him out After the gun gets dropped and goes off, he thought he was going to have to do some time because the judge never let anyone out. He saw the prosecuting attorney at Cheese of All Nations, and they struck up a conversation, and it was just
That's been my
really lucky he
experience.
met them right before the trial.
All sadness is the same, as all major chords have too many intervals. It's the adrenalized, monotonous minor chords yang to the yin of the latter's semitone. So when you drop your head and you move your cheekbones and you stimulate your
You
sympathetic
see the stuff
nervous
coming out
system,
even more
your
now.
tear ducts are going to secrete and you let it out. And you can just go, ah, or even dwa. And it's like how bet you kind of feel some food there. You kind of relate to people.
You don't play the drums with these. You play it with this. And whatever else comes in goes out.